Alright, yeah, and welcome back to some more Magic Duels with our Bant, Blink, Flicker kind of deck. Yes, the one that wins. Let's look at the deck list because I have changed around a few little cards. So in the previous episode we managed to get our infinite combo off, but we couldn't get rid of our elemental bonds, which meant we couldn't completely go infinite because it was forcing us to draw cards. So the way that I've worked around that is we're actually adding Conclave Naturalists in. So it's got 4/4 body, which does allow us to draw off of the elemental bonds, and it'll also allow us to destroy any artifact or enchantment. So when we come to decide that we've had enough of our elemental bonds, we can blink these a couple of times, destroy our bonds to stop drawing the cards, and then we can truly go infinite. Also, destroying enchantments is something Mill can't really handle. So if you like your boots to be brown, then you can play this and blink it several times and shove a metaphorical boot up Mill's ass. But yes, we've also changed around a few other things. I've added in Subjugator Angel. Now, I actually didn't think this card was in Duels because I never noticed it, but it is absolutely broken in this deck with our little combo. So when it enters the battlefield, tap all creatures your opponents control. So if we think about our combo with Displace, if we have Subjugator Angel and Green Warden on the battlefield, for 3 mana every single turn, we can tap all of our opponent's creatures down and get the Displace back to do it again. So it's essentially 3 mana your opponents can't attack this turn with buyback. Broken, I know. So that's one thing we're going to do. We've also got Woodland Bellower. One of you guys pointed out that we do have an absurd number of 3 mana cost creatures. So I've actually added in everything from this point back is a 3 mana cost creature. So we've got Displace and Nissa, Tireless Tracker, Reflector Mage, and Bounding Krasis. So it seemed only fitting that with the Woodland Bellower to flicker that over and over again, we can expand our board, and also in the process of doing it, get more targets for flickering, as well as get their enter the battlefield effects. So that's something really cool. I also added in an extra land as well. We've gone up another prairie stream. Since we have a skew in the direction of forests, I figured we might as well just put an extra prairie stream in there just to have to balance it out a little bit in that sense. So we'll see. This is currently untested, so you know it might not work out, but that's what we're going with at the moment. So anyway, guys, I'll see you in the games. Bye bye. Okay, we're in. We're on the play. We have a lot of expensive cards and 1 land, so we're gonna have to throw that back. This one is alright, I guess. We'll probably draw into some stuff. We have all 3 of our colours. I think I'm just going to go with it. Let's put down Canopy Vista. So Sun Petal Grove can come in untapped if we need to. Otherwise, it's just going to be Prairie Stream into Sun Petal Grove into Elemental Bond with the current information we have with our hand. Our opponents on red, by the way, they're rank 31, called Typhon Stalker. Okay. So we get another 3 drops, so let's drop the Prairie Stream. And pass the turn. Are they mono red or are they playing another colour? About to find out. Red, green, it's werewolves. Alright. It's been a while. Okay, so Sun Petal Grove, and I think we'll go Elemental Bond so that even if the Displacer gets removed, we can still get a little bit of advantage off of it. If we just play the Displacer down, we not only do we not get the card draw, but he likely has some sort of burn for us as well. And this way we get to keep it from his Kessig Forge Master from flipping as well, because it's a pretty nasty flip. Well, there you go. We have 2 Displaces in hand, which is pretty sweet. If we get a colourless land, we can Thought Not Seer and take a look at his hand several times and absolutely destroy his hand. But that's all down to the colourless mana source that we may or may not receive. So he's going to get in for 2 damage. Okay. We also, I might like to point out, don't have the colourless mana for the displacing ability at the moment. So he's allowed his creature to flip by doing nothing. That's interesting. We can't flip it this turn. We can play Bounding Crisis on his turn though and get the same sort of effect that we were going for with the Displacer. So I think that's what we'll do. So we'll flash that in response to him coming in for an attack or something like that. If he plays something before, maybe we'll do it immediately. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, Bounding Crisis is coming down this turn. And it's going to draw us a card. Alright, I'm just going to throw it down. There was an argument for doing it on our turn so that we could hit our land drop, but I think stopping him from attacking is pretty good, and it paid off, so tap that down, please. With Long Roads Home, actually, I've just noticed it's exile target creature. It's not one that we control, so we can actually flip their werewolves in a nutshell. They will get a 1/1 counter back from it, though. But there's potential for that to work out in our favour anyway. Also, it's removal for tokens as well. Bear that in mind. Alright. Evolving Wilds. Just thought. Exile target creature. Does it, if you were to do this to an Ormondal, would it return as a land? Or would it return as the flipped creature? I think it would return as a land, wouldn't it? I'll have to look into that when I'm done here. Right. Let's go Evolving Wilds into a Wastes. So that we can set up Thought-Knot Seer and Eldrazi Displacer in the future. And then we'll also play our Displacer to draw a card. See what we get. We get a Forest. Alright. Not bad. Right, we're going to make him get rid of that token by threatening Arlincord. Does have the ability to kill one of our creatures though, which is a bit sad. Unfortunately. But, yeah. It means he's going to have to minus his Arlincord. Rabid Bite. Oh dear, that's a board wipe. Alright, so he kills our Displacer. Arlincord minuses, kills our Krasis, I'm going to imagine. We're not too far off Subjugator Angel, so being able to stop him from attacking forever is pretty sweet. With Arlincord though, his minuses to deal 3 damage, which is enough to kill Subjugator Angel, so we'd have to bear that in mind. So there goes Bounding Crisis. And he gets his Arlincord. What we can do this turn though is Thought-Knot Seer, see what he's got in his hand. Thought-Knot Seer is safe from any kind of pumping from them as well. I won't play my land just yet, just in case I draw into one off the Elemental Bond. One that might come into play tapped, for example. And it's an Essence Flux. Alright, he's losing his Chandra. As I mentioned, we've got Subjugator Angel, so I don't feel too bad about any of the creatures in his hand. Because we can just tap them down forever if we manage to get our Green Warden. If not, we can tap them down for a very long time anyway. Okay. So he's got a Breakneck Rider, he's got a Kessig Forge Master. The other one was an unknown card. Okay, he's going to plus the Island Cord. Alright. If he plays a single blocker down, unlikely, because I think he can play both, then we can long road home one of his creatures out the way so we can kill his Island Cord. Potentially. We are down to 10 now, though. But we're not far off setting up the Subjugator Angel. Cult of the Waxing Moon. When a permanent you control transforms into a non-human creature, put a 2/2 green wolf onto the battlefield. Alright. We can Nissa, get a forest, allows us to hold up displace. And then we can flicker the Thought-Knot Seer and the Nissa to get more lands. We can also do that as we chump as well to stop any damage coming through. So let's do that. Should be 2 more forests left in my deck. Yep. Alright. We can't keep doing that forever though, because the next land that comes down will flip Nissa. Okay, so we'll pass the turn over. Hold up our displace. Hopefully he doesn't have anything that forces me to displace early, because he's got a lot of damage on the board. Does the +1 give it trample? It does not. It does not. Alright. I think his other side's plus does though, doesn't it? Yeah, trample. He's going to 0 anyway. He's going to get himself a 2/2. And threaten to kill my Nissa next turn with the -1. So in comes the attack. Just that guy. Alright. Well, we're going to block there. Then we are going to... Do we want to displace, or do I just want to use one of them cheap ones? No, I suppose with displace we've got 2 targets, so we might as well use them. It's the most efficient one. Oh, don't have burn now. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's fine. Cool. Right. You get to exile a card from your hand, and you also get to draw a card first. We get to draw a card ourselves. Another elemental bond. So he draws a card, then we take the last forest out of our deck, and we steal a card. Yeah, I think Waxing Moon's the one that I want to get rid of. Yeah. Instant speed transforming, not going to happen. Will not allow it. Breakneck Rider comes in. And Keswick Forgemaster. So he's emptied out his hand. And that means he's transforming his creature. Woodland Bellower. So we lose our Nissa. We've got Subjugator Angel, and we can leave open the Essence Flux to flicker it, which I think is the right play. So we're going to +1 Nissa first. We get Declaration in Stone. Alright, so we'll go Subjugator Angel. It's going to tap down all of his creatures. We get to draw a card. We get to kill Island Cord, keeping our Subjugator Angel safe from his minus ability. And then on his attack step, we flicker Subjugator Angel and tap his creatures down again. Sweet. Let's go with... let's just drop an Evolving Wilds, I guess. Now that Subjugator Angel's down, we can hold up the 3 mana and the 2 mana, and we should be fine. So he's going to the attack step. We flicker Subjugator Angel. Draw a card. Tap all of his creatures down. He doesn't get an attack step. Sweet. Right. So, Woodland Bellower can get us Krasis, Reflector Mage, but we tap ourselves out so that we can't subjugate our Angel, so we've got to bear that in mind. If I Elemental Bond, then I get to draw 4 cards when I displace, which might get us the Green Warden. How many displaces have we used? That'd be the 3rd. But Green Warden coming into play can grab the displace back, so that's not an issue. We could Declaration in Stone the Forge Masters. That gets 2 creatures off the battlefield as well. Does get him 2 clue tokens. We're gonna +1. Let's get a bit more information. We get Crumbling Vestige. Alright, so we might as well cast something. Make it white, I guess. So I suppose we will use the floating mana to get rid of his Forge Masters. That's a 2-for-1 right there. We've got 3 mana left, so we can Reflect a Mage, bounce his token away. That never comes back. Does this guy ever... No, he doesn't ever flip. Alright. Or we could just Bounding Krasis, tap down... No, because we're not going to subjugate our Angel anyway. So I suppose we'll Oh no, damn it! Made a mistake. Alright, with that mistake in mind then, we're best bouncing this guy. I didn't leave blue mana open for the displace, so I'm very silly. We do get to Long Road Home, but that just returns something at the beginning of the next end step. So maybe we could Reflect a Mage's token away actually with Long Road Home. And we get a counter on our Reflector Mage then as well. So then he's just got a 3-3. And there's nothing much else he can do. We'll get him with our Subjugator Angel. I don't want to block with it. I didn't even select continue there. We just skipped. Interesting. Has he got burn for our Angel? I think he's just checking what's happening. Or he's really pissed off, one or the other. I think he's actually just trying to time us out. No, he's allowing it. Alright. Well, we will bounce your wolf token, sir. And he's pausing again. We get to draw a card. We get another Bounding Krasis. He loses his token. He pauses again. Oh, the salt is strong in this one. I honestly, when I saw this card, and I thought, flickering this every turn is just... It is just going to cause so much salt. It is unreal. But we've essentially just wiped his board in a few turns. He can always find burn for our Subjugator Angel and he can get himself out of this. If we ever find a Green Warden though, we can get back the Subjugator Angel and continue doing it. So we'll have to see. Does our opponent have an out? If it was burn, I think he'd have already played it. So the very fact that he's not snap playing cards means that he doesn't yet have a plan to get out of what we're doing to him. Okay, so he's coming in at our Nissa. Does this guy have to attack? No. Can flip into a 4-3 and have +1/+0 and trample. If that's the case, I'll throw my Reflector Mage in the way. I'll pat Resurgence. I should have thought not Seer instead. Eh well. It's not like we don't have plenty of answers in our deck, in our hand anyway. we can just leave Displace open for a point when we actually care to do any of that sort of stuff. So we could go Woodland Bellower. How many Reflector Mages have we used? We've only used one. So we can Woodland Bellow into Reflector Mage. And draw 2 cards. We have the blue mana, so we just need to find a land in these 2 draws. Did that? I'm confused. I did press yes, didn't I? Which would have allowed me to Reflector Mage. This is a weird game. Weird things are happening. And there's a land anyway. Alright, well. We are just going to attack for 8. Dead on board next turn. What's he got for us? Just sacking his clue. Okay. So we can Bounding Crasis on his attack step. If we so choose to do so, but I don't think we do because we've got him dead anyway. We can Displace to tap down his stuff. Alright, I'm displacing. It's sorted. Any other creatures? No. Right, Displace. Displace the Subjugator Angel and the Thought-Knot Seal. Let's find out what's in his hand. Make sure that he's dead. Exile a card from your hand. You get to draw a card. We draw 2. He's pausing again. Titanic Growth. I don't think you understand what Subjugator Angel is. Unless you just don't want me to exile it. I don't know. So he gets to go up to 3. And we get to take... Might as well take the Breakneck Rider since it's the only thing he can cast. Yep, he's gone. I was going to say I selected that and... weird. Alright, he's tapped out. We will go in for the win. We know he has nothing in his hand. He has a land and a creature he can't cast. So that is a dominating GG. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next game. Alright, we're in. We're on the draw. We have all of our colours and a load of blink, but nothing to blink. Is that good enough? If we draw even one creature, then this hand is good, though. That's the thing. So I suppose I'll keep it reluctantly. Our opponent is rank 26, called Macbait. He's on white. Probably not White Weenie, since he didn't play a creature. And there's a Reflector Mage, so our hand is suddenly a lot better. So we'll play an Evolving Wilds to get the blue source we need and pass the turn. Just kind of waiting on seeing a creature out of him. It's white-black, so this could be Drain, perhaps. I'm trying to think what else it could be. Enchantments. Hadn't seen that one in a while. Let's go with a Plains and pass the turn over again. Next turn we get to Reflector Mage. Turn after that we get to blink it for the next 4 turns. Barring something else. Alright. This has got control written all over it. So we're just going to Canopy Vista and pass the turn. I'd like to keep my Reflector Mage safe. I'd also like a target for it because there's not really much point playing it out unless there's something for it to bounce. So yeah. We're going to play this game. I'm getting all the lands to draw, so I mean I won't be discarding to hand size. Our opponent might though. Okay, he gets to draw another card. Plays Plains. And it's a Galatas. Alright, now we have a Reflector Mage target. It's a pretty good one at that. And a Linvala the Preserver. So, Reflector Mage bounces his Kalatas. If he has removal for our Reflector Mage, we can Long Road home and keep it safe. I imagine he does. Knight of the White Orchid. Okay. Flickering, that makes me feel a little less happy about the situation, but... Oath of Liliana. We are going to Long Road Home our Reflector Mage, which gets it out of the option of sacrifice. And then it comes back and we bounce his Knight. Sweet. Alright. We can play Linvala down now. Do I want to do that though? I think I want Linvala protection, because right now we tap out completely to player, but I'd like an Essence Flux open, at the very least, in order to keep her alive. Plus I'd like some sort of advantage to come out of her, other than her being a 5/5 flyer. Alright. So our opponent gets his 2/2 back, he gets to thin out his lands. I'd really rather not keep flickering this Knight, because he's using it quite effectively. Is that all you're going to do? Alright, we're going to Essence Flux our Reflector Mage. Bounces Kalatas again. And land. Conclave Naturalists? I suppose it gets rid of the Oath of Liliana, which if he plays a Planeswalker he gets a 2/2 from it. So I suppose we might as well throw that down. We get the Essence Flux open as well, so... Yep. Alright. And we can get him with a 2/3 as well. So he's tapped out, and the Knight does not block it well enough. Alright, so we've got protection from any enchantments we want. We can bounce any creature we don't like back to his hand, should we choose to do so. We now have Displace at full efficiency as well, because we can flicker 2 creatures, though the Naturalist isn't exactly one that I'm stoked about displacing, because it has no value at the moment. So we'll see. If we see maybe another Oath, then I'll flicker it, kill the Oath, and then it can do whatever it was going to do anyway on the stack. But at the very least we will have killed an enchantment. Okay. So he's passing the turn over. We get a Crumbling Vestige. Oh, that's... Oh no, that works out. So we play Crumbling Vestige. We go white. We use the floated white to leave open a blue for the Essence Flux. Getting a Linvala on the board. Should have done this post-combat, but oh well. And we'll get in for the attack. He's going to block our 4/4. So he's preserving his life total. Good to know. We now have something to survive a Languish as well. We don't survive Planar Outburst, which is potentially something we'll see. He's going to Kalatas again. He's going to hate me if he ends his turn right now. Oh, I'm so sorry, mate. We're going to Essence Flux our Reflector Mage. Flicker your Kalatas back again. And we're going to get in for a lot of damage. Leaving open our Displace. Blessed Alliance makes us sack a creature. And gains him 4 life, I think. We're actually going to sacrifice the Naturalists, because I can keep Kalatas off the board with our Reflector Mage. So I'd rather do it that way. I think he might be holding onto his removal in the hope of having Kalatas down, then removing our creatures. That seems like something he's trying to do. But we've got him dead in 2 turns. Planar Outburst. Ah. Yeah, well. Yeah, and he gets to What's the word I'm looking for? He gets to get an awoken land as well. Alright. That sucks. And we get another displace. Ugh. Sucks. Where's my reflector mage when you need it? Gonna get him for 4, probably plays Kalatas down. This might be where he stabilizes. If our draws are not in our favour, then I can't see why we wouldn't just stabilize. If we hit something like a long road home, I believe we can kill his swamp. Because I don't know if it'll come back as a creature. It'll come back with a counter on it, but that won't mean anything. Alright, we get a Conclave Naturalists for blocking purposes only. And we get to pass the turn. Holding up a Displace to keep it safe, to keep his land and his Kalatas at bay. But he's going to have removal, surely. Well, there's a Gideon. You're going to see an ultimate. That's what I figured. So now I can get past our Naturalists. Well, we're going to allow it through on the off chance we get to attack him with our 4. Because if we get that hit in... Oh no, he's life gain. Yeah, of course. And Gisela. Yeah, he's stabilised the crap out of our board. Thought not to see her. It's interesting, but it's too late. Let's find out what's in his hand. Avacyn, Tragic Arrogance, Declaration in Stone. Oh my god. It's between Declaration in Stone and Avacyn. Because Liliana doesn't help him too much. Deadweight doesn't help him. Tragic Arrogance hurts him. I think we'll just go with an Avacyn. We can block and keep ourselves alive like that for a turn at the very least and still keep our creatures around. Short of something that he's just drawn into anyway. Here comes the Declaration in Stone. We'll flicker our creatures away. Exile a card, draw a card. Probably got more removal here. Anguished Unmaking, yet. That's the one he drew into. You get to draw a card again. Yeah, well. So we exile a card and then he draws a card. Get rid of Blessed Alliance, I guess. We're dead. Nothing we can do about it. In comes the squad. We block, he gets a zombie token. We still die anyway, so we're done. Ah dear. Keep winning and then losing straight after. That was an odd one. That was an odd one. If we'd have kept our Reflector Mage around, if we'd have had a way to do that, then we could have pulled this game out, because we could have just slowed him down for days, and he wouldn't have gained half the life that he would have gained as well, so yeah, it was unfortunate. Anyway guys, that's where I'm going to leave the episode off for today. So if you've enjoyed the content, then be sure to leave a like and share it around if you want to support the channel. It helps me out a great deal. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so immediately for more MTG videos as well as other content. And if you're not sure what that other content is, stay for the end card, see the rest of the content I've got to offer, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.